Good afternoon. It's February 3rd and it is Friday. I am so thankful that it's Friday, and I'm even more thankful that that beautiful sun is shining down today after it seems like we have had days and days and days of rain. We're outside of West Elementary, and in just a few minutes I'm going to talk about the septic system that's behind us that's been giving us a whole lot of difficulty in the past several weeks and maybe months. But before we get there, I want to give a huge shout out to what's going on in athletics right now. Our boys and our girls are wrapping up their basketball season, and I know that their coaches and the team are working as hard as they possibly can. Our boys wrestling team has finished in the top 8 in the state for team duels recently. Indoor track is running in a conference championship today, and we are looking for them to continue their streak and do great things not far into the future. But the big piece for me today is the girls wrestling team is at state championships this week. So to our girls wrestling team, good luck. We are behind you, and we know that you're going to give it your absolute best. But behind all of that is Neil Blankenship, who has been our athletic director at the high school for years and years. And this week, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association has announced that he is going to be inducted into the Athletic Director Hall of Fame for the state of North Carolina. Neil, congratulations to you. You have put so much time, energy, and effort into that. It seems like you are the energizer bunny of athletics in Swain County, and we certainly do appreciate you, and congratulations to you, and thank you to the High School Athletic Association for honoring Neil. I think he's very deserving. Now, speaking of behind, as I said a few minutes ago, I'm standing in front of the septic system at West Elementary, and many of you, probably all of you, know that we have had several issues with that where we have had to actually cancel after school because the system would begin to back up in the day. And let me explain why that's happening just a little bit and what we're doing, because I promised that I would help you understand what we are going to do to resolve this. Years ago, when West Elementary was built, up on the field there was a typical septic system for a large building. It was called a sand septic system. Several years after the school was built, we had the opportunity to move to a more city-based septic system where we could pump our sewage from here into town. Now, in order to do that, there had to be a pipe that was laid all the way from here back into town, and there had to be a pump system here at West Elementary to make sure that all of that fluid would get to town. In order for that fluid to be fluid and not what is typically in a septic system, there have to be grinders down inside of a great big tank. And that's what all of these things are out here. Those are the tanks and the wiring and the controls. Down in the bottom of that are 2 motors, both are 5 horsepower motors with grinders that take everything that comes out of this facility and minces it up and then shoots it into town. Well, what's happening is that those motors are not handling what we need them to handle like they used to. And to be honest, we're not totally sure why that's happening. There have been a few changes that have happened. For example, we've changed the type of toilet paper that we've been using to try and save a little money perhaps, but we're looking at that from a different aspect now, and we're going to make some changes there probably. We're also going to bring some professionals out and have them look at this next week and say, okay, if you'll do this and this and this, we think that it will help. Our plan is to have all of this resolved by the end of the week, and we're going to keep a special attention on this system until then, so that we don't have to shut down after school anymore. Listen, I am so sorry that we've had to do that, but when you have hundreds of students in the building, you can't continue to put sewage in if you can't send it back into town. And so we had to shut down a couple of times. We're doing our best to fix that. I really do sympathize with the families that's impacted and the community, but thank you so much for working with us. Thank you for having our back as we try to fix this problem. I believe we're going to get a handle on it, and it's going to be taken care of, and we won't have to worry about it anymore very soon. As soon as we have those solutions, I'll tell you what they are so that you can perhaps take a breath and don't have to worry about this part anymore. Now, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. Thank you for being part of our family and for being understanding as we work through some of the same issues that we have at home sometime, except on an industrial scale. So thank you for your understanding. God bless you, and you have a great afternoon.